I would like to start saying that education is a human right and equal gender is vital for its realization. I see other schools as a very important platform to start developing a very conscious awareness about what gender means. We have to remember that gender is a social construction. We have been inherited beliefs generation after generation. And I think it's time to reorganize and to make some adjustments based on other reality and based how the world is evolving and other economies and other societies are demanding also efforts from both sides. Other reality, well, is this one. This is occurring in every corner of the world. We experience gender discrimination. It doesn't matter in which region of the world we are. It doesn't matter if we are in America, in Europe, in Asia. Perhaps there are some higher percents and more cases in some regions than others. But this occurs everywhere. I live in a First Nation, and I have also seen it here. There are also limited opportunities. There are also stereotyped gender roles. Unfortunately, as I said, this is a social construction, and we have to restructure this mindset. This, of course, brings us unfair pay and prejudgment, social prejudgment. What should we look for? We are looking, of course, for better opportunities. I'm pretty sure that you have been hearing about the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals based on United Nations Women. This is a vision that international organizations as United Nations are projecting for the future, for the 2030, that a planet has a better scope, a better reality, and more chances, better chances for both genders in order to achieve more growth, more economical growth, not only personal development, but the economical growth of a nation. So we are looking for better personal evolution. This is basically what all human beings need. We are looking for more professional development for both sides. I'm talking about for both sides. Unfortunately, yes, women are more vulnerable in this case, but we are talking about both sides, both genders. We are talking about having access to education, no matter region, no matter culture, no matter backgrounds, no matter gender. It's important to have other society educated, other women educated, and of course to see the opportunity to have a better salary. I would like to share with you a particular experience that I had a year and a half ago. I live in Germany, and I had the opportunity to participate in the Association of German International Schools in Hanover. That was in January 2018. I had the opportunity for first time to deploy a seminar in this topic, in this matter of empowerment of equal gender in schools. I had the wonderful experience to meet teachers from different nationalities and from different levels: kindergarten, lower school, upper school, secondary. And I was surprised about the stories that I heard. It's amazing to see how other students are still ruled by beliefs that belong to the last century or from 2 centuries ago. And this is basically what I mean about having important role models in the schools in order to transmit the right and correct meanings of gender and empowerment and equality to other new generations for broadening this scope and helping them to deal with the challenges of this century and to have a better balance and a better perspective of gender. Our program, G2G, Gender to Gender, has 4 main objectives. These objectives are basically promoting the basic principles of equal gender in the schools. This is something that we have to understand. We have to deploy it from the highest level in our community, in our school. We also have to make the school community sensitive for understanding the basic concepts of equal gender. Sometimes we are just playing with misinformation. We assume, we have wrong assumptions about what gender means. And I repeat it again, gender is a social construction. Gender is created by our society. The roles that we understand about what the female side and the male side must play in this society are given by other societies. Yes, the society is the one that is given this pulse, this given this rhythm. Yes, this information. Okay, that's why we have to be united and be on the same principle and the same alignment. We also look for generating actions that can develop a better gender perspective. Yes, it's important to establish programs, establish routines, establish systems, to run systems that can develop this protocol in the whole environment, in the whole school. So the implementation of programs that can empower equally women and men, boys and girls are necessary in our schools. These are the 4 main objectives of our program. And our 4 strategies are basically focused on having equal distribution of places for both genders. This is funny, but we still have the issues in some schools, basically in recess time, when other boys want to dominate the whole backyard to play soccer, for example, right? This is something that particularly occurs in many schools. And ladies and the young ladies are segregated in some other spaces, maybe more reduced, right? For having their own entertainment. So equal distribution of places for both genders is one of the important strategies here. Providing equal chances for leadership roles, not only in other students, also among other teachers. When a student sees that this leader role is played by a woman and not only by men, yes, I'm talking about many schools that have this situation when there are no leadership in this category run by women, the student simply receives a message. We have to provide these equal chances for. I think this is something that other schools in this century have to pay attention for sending the right students, for sending the right message to other employees, to other communities, and being congruent with other thinking. Building content that develop tolerance and sensitiveness. It's important to review our curriculums, to review our syllables. It's important to review our programs to see if we are not using wrong words or perhaps words or sentences that can be so sensitive in this matter of attempting against equal gender. It's important to develop this kind of values and atmosphere in our environment. The schools also have to develop routines that can develop empathy. It's important to have an automatic routine every day where empathy, tolerance, and sensitiveness are there, where people can feel it, where people can pronounce it, where people can give examples about what it means, about how to apply them, how to make it in actions, how this can bring us benefits to our lives. So this cycle give us a better vision about our strategies. And of course, we need to train teachers. We need to develop a culture of respect and tolerance. As I said, it's important to have an empathetic school community. It's important to provide equal chances. And there's a very particular element that actually I discussed that day in Hanover when I was with these leaders, directors, and teachers from these international schools from here from Germany. This change must be institutional. And what I mean about institutional means that everything must be accepted from the highest level of the community, of the school, of the organization, from the top, from this leader team. When this leader team has understood that this is for good, that this is for the development of the community, for bringing more pros to our community, to other students, for projecting a better scenario in the future about the opportunities that other students can have, then it's institutional, then it's congruent. And then we have observers, and then we have a congruence statement here. We have an action plan, a very particular action plan. Of course, this is something that will be different school by school, right? Every school has its own needs and challenges and environments and scenarios. But I'm going to explain briefly our 5 steps. The first one, introduction. The first step or the first module, if we want to divide it like that into 5 modules, the first module, introduction, is basically to explain other teachers how is the program, what is the program about, how is the program, how will be run, what are the main concepts that we are going to work, what are the main objectives, and what is our vision. This is something that the first module looks for and sees, okay? Number 2, the reality. In the module number 2, we have to identify how we live, where we are, yes? What are our needs? What are our challenges? What is our culture? What are our resources? What is basically what we have? Yes. Module number 3, our ideal. What do we want to achieve? This is our vision. This is how we are. Okay. So what is what we want to become? Which roles do we want to play? Etc. Number 4, action plan. Of course, the action plan is the one that connects ideal with outer reality. The action plan is going to identify the changes that we have to make, the strategies that we have to work every day, who are the responsible teams, who are the responsible leaders, and what other deadlines we have to measure. And number 5, follow up. Of course, once we already establish our strategies, we already identify our action plan, we already identify a responsible team, and we identify our vision, we have to evaluate constantly what we are finding, what we are learning, what are the most important challenges, and what are the most important indicators that are giving us important inputs here, and what kind of adjustments are the ones that we have to make. Yes. What do we need? What do we need for this? And it's very simple. We just need leaders with engagement and passion to work as agents of change for a better gender perspective in our society. That's what we need. If you are here, it's because you are involved in education. It's because you have seen this reality in your environment. It's because this calls your attention and you are interested to make a change.